Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien. The no votes in Europe are the big news this week. The new constitution has proved so dull, ill thought out and unpopular, ITV are now turning it into a reality show. Brussels bureaucrats claim the only reason people are rejecting the European Constitution is because they can't be bothered to read it. So it's being renamed Harry Potter and the Unification of Europe. In spite of the no vote, Jacques Chirac is still planning to forge ahead because, as any Frenchman will tell you, when they say no, they really mean yes. It's not the first time there's a big cry of no from the Netherlands direction. And in case Michael Jackson's lawyers are watching, I said Netherlands. To discuss this and other stories, 6 of the finest comedy minds in Britain, John Oliver, Roy Bremner and Jeremy Hardy, Linda Smith, Hugh Dennis and Frankie Boyle, welcome to you all. Let's kick off with a round called Inside the Mind of. With the G8 conference fast approaching, we clamber inside the mind of the American president. Can anyone tell me what the voices inside George W. Bush's head might be saying? Roy?
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Linda?
You want a drink. If you have a drink, everything will be all right. You can silence me with a drink.
John?
Are they saying, George, even we, as an abstract version of your inner soul, would like to completely disown you?
Jeremy?
Kyoto is the dog in The Wizard of Oz.
Frankie?
Are they saying, if you step on the cracks in the pavement, George, we have to invade Syria?
I'm saying, gee, there's a lot of room in here.
Are they getting ready for next week? It's Tony's coming to Washington. Look busy.
Okay, Grant, so enough of those. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next round, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause to everyone there. Now we play a round called Wheel of News, which involves everybody. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is a stand-up challenge based on this news wheel, dotted with topical subjects and faces. We spin the wheel, and when it stops, anyone can step forward and try to make us laugh about the subject it has landed on. If I judge that a person has got a big enough laugh, he or she is safe and gets to sit down again. The first team to have all its players sitting down at the desk wins the round. So here goes. Let's spin the wheel. Well, Michael Howard, the Tory party leadership. Who wants to get in on that? Ah, like a shot.
Hello. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. At the election, I announced my timetable for action. And here it is. I'm going.
Very good. Rory Bremner, sit down. To be honest, you could have sat down after you did the face. So let's spin the wheel again. Okay, education. Who wants to go for that? Frankie's up.
The government's new education policy, apparently, is to make children stay at school till they're 18. It's just not living in the modern world, is it? 17-year-olds having to go to school. Who's going to pick their kids up from primary? The Catholic Church have got a big thing this week. They say they don't want sex education in schools because that's like giving the kids pornography, as opposed to the traditional Catholic method of educating them, of actually shagging them. Come on. Sex education at my school was a muttered warning about the janitor.
That's perfect. Frankie, sit down. Well done, you could. Covered yourself in glory there. Let's have another look at the next story. Okay, ASBOs. Who wants to go in on ASBOs? It's Linda.
Yeah, I think people are a bit down on ASBOs, but you've got to remember, these are the only qualifications that some kids are going to get.
Linda, sit down. Well done. What's our next topic? OK, ID cards. Who wants to come in on that? Jeremy.
Well, these are interesting because the defenders of ID cards say, well, we already have to carry lots of ID. You need to establish your identity in order to establish your entitlement to enter certain leisure centres or to claim benefit or to establish your entitlement to enter certain buildings. But this new card will establish your entitlement to go outside. And people say, well, they were a good idea because we had them in the Second World War. But in the Second World War, it was just a piece of cardboard that said, this is Mr. Wilkins, he's not a German spy. This will be this digitised, magnetised thing that says, this is Mr. Wilkins, he may not be a German spy, but he's got a genetic heart defect, his sister's against GM crops, and he took a video late back to Blockbuster in 1997.
Jeremy, please sit down. So, it's a tie-break situation. I'm going to spin the wheel one more time. I want the two remaining players, that's Hugh and John, to give me something on that one topic. You both get a go of it, and the audience essentially decides. So, let's spin the wheel. OK, the nation's health.
Apparently it's very important to stay healthy to have 5 portions of fruit a day. I do that. I have half a packet of Starburst. The Tories are very big on MRSA, which I found a bit surprising. I reckon most of them thought it was the way a posh man would pronounce the lead singer of the Smiths.
Just stand there, Hugh, because John is going to try to top that now.
There is absolutely no need to worry about Britain's health because, as we've all learnt, Jamie Oliver is going to save us all. And if Jamie Oliver has only taught me one thing, and he has, it's this, that an unhealthy lifestyle is like a homing pigeon. Yes, it's a lot of fun at the time, but one day it will track you down and it will kill you.
Very good. I'm going to give it to John, so John and his team are the winners. This round is called Bombshell Phone Calls. Frankie and Rory, you're up next. I believe you've got a phone there, each of you. Very good. Yeah, sure. In this round, 2 players take on the identity of 2 famous newsmakers who are on the phone to one another. At some point in the conversation, one of them will drop a bombshell. Rory, you are David Blunkett. Frankie, you are Tony Blair. Tony is calling David to welcome him back to the cabinet, but Blunkett has a bombshell to drop. Take it away.
Okay, his David Blunkett might be a bit better than my Tony Blair, so bear with me on this one. Hello, David.
Is that Ann Summers? Have you got one in the large?
No, David, it's Tony. You try this trick every time.
I'm sorry, I'm out at the moment. Please leave a message. Sorry, is that you, Tony Blair?
Yes,
sorry,
David.
Sorry, I'm screening my calls. I've been getting a lot from the Child Support Agency.
I've been trying to get a hold of you to offer you a job. Now, which departments do you know your way to?
Well, Home Office, Health, you know, I'd love to do any one of those, anything except work and pensions, because I've got my pride.
It's work and pensions.
Fabulous, I'd love to. But there's one thing I've got to tell you.
What's that?
I've joined Al-Qaeda. Only the territorials. It'll only be every other weekend. But if I get you, I'll get 20 virgins, and that's got to be worth it. But that's not the bombshell.